The Loretta Young Show.
Tell me, what picture does the word freedom immediately bring to your mind? Is it a happy, carefree thing? Or is it something quite the opposite? Some of you may recognize this man. He is Joseph Cardinal-Vincente, Primate of Hungary. He has been called the symbol of freedom to the world today. Our story tonight is the story of a story in pictures. This is the Refugee Center at St. Stephen's Church in Los Angeles. You might say this is where our story started, although actually, it started far from here, in the streets of Budapest. It's the age-old story of man's fight for freedom.
November 4th, 1956. Beginning of the Red Army's crucifixion of Budapest. Gretch, do you know this didn't start as a planned plot on the part of the Hungarian people?
Oh.
The students, workers, and intellectuals on those first barricades are actually disenchanted communists, rebelling against terror and lies.
And impoverishment. It's a familiar picture, isn't it? Only this time it's the Hungarian people. Say, Bill, I think I've got the caption for the first picture. I'll steal it right out of that Massendi letter to Eisenhower. This is a good and worthy nation. Do not let us perish.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the background for your story, Gretch. I wanted you to see that before we started to talk.
You know, it suddenly dawned on me while I was watching those border shots. That's not a one-way street. If they can sneak out, I can sneak in. I can get pictures right smack in the middle of Budapest.
Don't get ahead of me, Gretch. You're going to cover this story right here in Los Angeles.
I'm going to what?
What we want is a picture story of these refugees at this end of the line. Show what they're up against after they get here.
I've been sold back to the minor league, eh? I'm good enough for streetcar tokens, but not for plane tickets?
That's your assignment. It was handed down from New York. They think it's important.
Oh, gee, thanks a lot.
Look, we've just seen what these people escaped from, but what did they escape to? What's it like being a stranger in a strange land? There's human interest in that.
Oh, Bill, don't try to sell me. An assignment's an assignment.
Gretch, you don't understand.
I understand. Thanks for nothing. We went directly to the Refugee Center at St. Stephen's. Bill gave me an assistant, Eric Lazlo, who spoke Hungarian. I wasn't quite sure what we were looking for, other than some human interest stuff.
Sajnálom, hogy az iratokat még nem találtuk meg, de valami
Eric?
biztosan fog történni, hogyha várjuk.
He's explaining that Mrs. Gary is working as hard as she can to try to find him a place to sleep tonight.
Legyen nyugodt, kérem.
Miss Gary, would you say your #1 problem at the moment is finding homes and jobs for these people here?
Here, it's like a log jam in the river. People get stymied like this, everything bogs down way back to the Hungarian border. People there can't move unless we move these.
Well, makes sense.
And all those people, they take great chances when they sneak across that border. But it's so futile if they just run into a mob of people stranded ahead of them, no place to go.
What you really need is someone to break up that log jam. Set off a charge of dynamite, so to speak.
Something like that.
Well, Eric, you give me the rollie. Is there a bulb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miért? Képeket csinálnak? Nem csinálnak ilyet, csak egy képet.
Wait a minute.
Csak egy képet csináltunk, kérem.
What's the matter with him?
He didn't mean anything. Sort of forgot where he was for a moment. He didn't know what was going on.
Nagyon sajnálom, kérem. Sajnálom. Nem akartam.
Well, I guess it was kind of a mean trick to sneak up on him when he was asleep. I'm sorry, would you tell him?
Sajnálom, mi történt vele.
Én is sajnálom, nagyon sajnálom, kérem, nem.
He's sorry to.
Okay.
These people are under quite a strain, most of them. They've come through some pretty bitter experiences.
Yes, I suppose so.
And if they've spent any time with the underground, they're more afraid of a camera than a gun.
Oh, great. It's all I need to make this assignment complete, to find out they're all camera shy. Fixes with flash bulbs.
His name is József Fekete, or as you'd say in English, Joe Black. He says he'll be glad to get our kids, all fixed up, comb their hair, if you want a better picture.
No, Eric, just tell him that I don't want them all fixed up. I don't want them posed. I want them just like they are, okay?
Szépen köszönjük el, de a képeket úgy akarjuk, ahogy vannak.
Igen, de...
És élő gyermekek, kérem.
Ask him about the kids. Are they his?
Ezek a gyermekek az öné, kérem?
Elvesztettem őt a menekülés közben. Végül az utolsó repülőgépre rájöttünk, és akkor kijöttünk ide.
They are his kids, all right. He says he doesn't know where his wife is. There was only one seat on the last plane, but they let him get on with the two kids.
They let him get on? You mean he grabbed the last seat on the plane and left his wife over there?
That's what he says.
Some hero.
Maybe there was a reason.
Oh, I'm sure there was, all right. He could probably outrun her. Get my light before me, will you please, Harry?
Sure.
Mrs. Gary, would you mind telling these people down here it's all right for me to take a picture of them? Of course. Thanks. You know, according to Mrs. Gary, that's one of the toughest things about trying to find these people jobs. Hardly any of them speak English.
Yeah. I guess they rushed these people through pretty fast.
Oh, sure, they had to. Make room for the others who followed them.
You know, Gretchen, I like the idea of centering on one man. Picture story on the troubles he runs into trying to get settled.
I've been looking for sort of a symbol of freedom fighting here in this country.
I kind of like this guy with the two kids on his lap. Why don't you follow up on him?
Oh, no, not that one. He's no hero.
What's the matter?
Well, this is the one who grabbed the only seat on the plane and left his wife stranded over there. Cute?
So?
Well, so, he's no hero. Oh, Bill. Look, you can't build up a symbol of freedom story around a guy who'd deliberately leave his wife hanging by her thumbs until
Hey, look, Gretchen.
What?
I got $5 that says there's more to the story than that. You want to bet?
You bet I want to bet. I'll follow up with Mr. Black right now. You don't want to make it $10, do you? Yeah. Ask him why he didn't stay behind and let his wife get on the plane with the children.
Miért nem hozta a feleségét el vele, kérem?
Már mondtam, hogy elvesztettem a menekülés közben. Végül az utolsó repülőgépre rákerültünk. Azt gondoltam, hogy a feleségem a gyermekeket biztonságba akarja tudni.
He says he couldn't. He didn't know where his wife was.
I thought she was right there with him.
No, he says he couldn't find her. He waited till the final moment, but then he took the kids and he got on the last plane. He figured his wife would want him to get the kids out of there, no matter what.
Well, what happened? Get separated at the airport?
Hol vesztett el a feleségét, kérem?
Nem a repülőgépnél, még a menekülésbe közben elvesztettem. Ahogy jöttünk át a határon egy határőrnek a kíséretében, akkor...
Evidently they were crossing the border after dark. A whole group of them with a guide,
És akkor a gyermekek sírni kezdtek, és én előre szaladtam, és amikor Ausztriában voltunk, akkor már nem találtam meg a feleséget.
Then the kids started crying, so he took him and struck out alone. They were afraid that the whole bunch would be found otherwise. He got across the border all right, but he never did see any of the others after that.
Doesn't he even know whether they got through or not?
Akkor nem tudja, hogy ők átjöttek?
Nem tudom. Egyesek azt mondták, átjöttek, mások azt mondták, elvesztek. Nem tudom, hogy mi történt velük.
He doesn't know for sure. Somebody told him that the whole group was caught and then shot, but someone else told him it isn't true. He doesn't know.
Oh. Well, ask him what his plans are, what he intends to do now.
Yes.
Mi a terve, kérem? Mit fog csinálni?
Először el szeretném helyezni a gyermekeket, hogy azok biztonságban legyenek, és akkor vissza akarok menni, és meg akarom találni a feleségemet.
First, he wants to be sure that the kids will be taken care of.
Yeah?
Then he's going back and try to find his wife.
Just leave the kids here?
I guess so. That's what he said.
Well, suppose his wife is dead.
És ha már meghalt a felesége, kérem.
Meghalt a feleségem, akkor legalább biztonságon akarom tudni, hogy meghalt.
If she's dead, he wants to find out for sure.
Well, suppose he does find out for sure and she is dead. Then will he come back here and take care of his children?
És ha megtudja, hogy a felesége meghalt, visszajönne a gyermekeihez?
Nem. Akkor a szabadságharcosokhoz csatlakozom, és addig harcolok, ameddig engemet is agyonlőnek.
He says no. If she's dead, he'll join the underground. He'll keep on fighting until he's shot down.
Well, that would leave his children orphans in a strange land.
Mi az? Mit mond, kérem?
A gyermekei akkor árvák lennének, kérem.
Well, ask him if the whole purpose of this fighting for freedom isn't to, well, make things better for the children.
Nem gondolja, hogy a harcuk célja az volt, hogy a gyermekeiknek egy jobb világot csináljanak, és ne árvákat hagyjanak?
Igen. Az lett volna a harcuknak a célja. Csak hogy a szabadságharcot elvesztettük, mert nem kaptunk semmiféle segítséget. Jól lenne békében és élni, és nem háborút csinálni. Csak hogy ez nem így van, nagyon jól tudja, hogyha Budapesten él.
I don't know if I can say it in English quite the same way.
Well?
He said it would be nice if in the world there could be peace and not war. It would be nice if the children could have their parents and not be orphans. It would be nice if the patriots could live and not quite so many of them in the grave. But he says everything in the world is not nice. If you live in Budapest, then you know this.
Well, you just tell him that he can't go back to Budapest, not right now.
Mi az? Mit mond?
Sajnálom, barátom, de még nem mehet vissza.
Miért? Törvény van erre, hogy nem lehet visszamenni?
He wants to know why. Is this a law that he cannot go back?
No, but tell him it's a part of the law of survival. We need him. We need him here to help us make things better for other people like him and his wife and his children. Go on, tell him.
Sajnálom, barátom, de mi az ön történetét akarjuk használni, segíteni másokat is. Nem érti, kérem?
De igen. Megértem.
Majd meglátjuk, hogy mi fog történni. Csak bizony a jó Isten, de mindegy, jól fog lenni.
A family out in San Fernando Valley offered to take the two children and care for them until Mr. Black could get himself situated.
Actually, even if he could get back to Hungary or Austria, it would be the worst possible thing he could do. It would just complicate matters.
We've told him that, but I don't know.
Just imagine what it's like over there with all of a sudden tens of thousands of people streaming across the border, no visas, no papers, no nothing, no staff set up to handle them, no place to get the proper records. To send them off, some here, some there.
Miss Gary, do you think it's at all possible that she got across the border?
Who knows?
Well, how's he ever going to find out for sure?
I can't answer that. But if she got through, she could have been moved to Australia or Canada or South Africa.
Oh, surely there must be some kind of
My
record
dear,
somewhere.
there are records. We have a whole file of them over there, but they are by no means complete.
Well, it seems to me that you people here
It
with all your
seems to you.
contacts
I know
have
we're
it.
doing the best we can on this side
All
to set
right.
them up.
Oh, okay, simmer down. His wife is alive. She must be out of her mind with worry, wondering what's happened to her family. That would be the worst part of it. Not knowing.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
It was easy, of course, to get the more obvious pictures. A freedom fighter from Hungary finds freedom of worship in the USA. He finds freedom from fear. It is difficult at first to realize that police can be friendly and helpful. He finds, and he takes advantage of, free public education, available even to adults and regardless of political affiliations. And Joseph and his family discovered something over and beyond life and liberty, something we call the pursuit of happiness. But when it came to finding a job for an Hungarian metal worker and air conditioning engineer who spoke no English, that was a little different proposition. Yeah, all right. Yes, thanks again. Well, you know what he said? He said he'd be delighted to give him a couple of weeks' work just as a favor to me, but not on one of his jobs. He put him to work mowing lawns at his home.
I don't know, Gretchen. Maybe you should have taken it.
Oh, Eric. This man's an engineer. He's a college graduate. He knows everything there is to know about air conditioning. I don't know. Is there something different about the air here than in Budapest? I don't get it.
Okay. I'll just ask.
Oh, it makes me so mad. We did such a lot of cheering for these people when they're fighting for freedom over there, and then when they come over here, what do? What do we do?
All right, already. I'm not arguing with you.
I got an idea. Was that man's name Davis at Repcal?
Right.
I appreciate everything you say, Miss Brock-Miller. As far as I'm concerned, I'd be tickled to death to give the guy a job.
Well?
But I can't pull in a non-union man. I have a contract with the union. They'd shut me down in no time at all.
Now, let me make sure that I have this right. You'd like to give him a job. The only thing that holds you back is the fact that he doesn't belong to the union?
That's right. There's not a man on any of my jobs that doesn't hold a union card.
Well, thank you, Mr. Davis. I think I understand your position.
The pleasure's mine. Anytime I can do anything for you, be sure and let me know.
Thank you, I will. Goodbye. Maybe sooner than you think. Eric, there's a phone book right behind you. Will you look up the Central Labor Council for me? It took an emergency meeting and a special vote of the membership, but the union gave Mr. Black his card and a sober blessing. In turn, Mr. Davis gave Mr. Black a good job, helping to install the heating and air conditioning ducts in a huge hospital he was building up the coast. Boss man?
Some good pictures here.
Oh, you bet I have.
You know what you need, Bill?
What?
A real snapper to wind up the series. A real clincher.
Yeah, I know.
I've been thinking about it.
Oh?
You know what I think I'd like?
No, what?
A picture of him getting his first paycheck in the United States.
Oh, that's kind of mercenary, don't you think? Well, I mean, there's a little bit more to getting adjusted than just earning a paycheck.
Oh, I don't know. I see it as sort of a symbol. He's self-supporting. He's taking root.
Bill, why don't you leave the picture-taking to me, huh?
All right. Just trying to be helpful.
Yeah, I know.
Hello? Yeah, she's here.
Oh. Yeah? Oh, yes, Eric. Well, did you double-check that? Did you get in touch with the people who are taking care of the children? Yeah. Yeah, I see. Well, all right, you might as well come back here at the office then. Okay. If you want to be helpful, here's your chance.
All right. What you want me to do?
Find our guinea pig for us. He got away. How far can you travel in this country on less than $5 when you've learned only a dozen words of English? Even with the help of all the law enforcement agencies, it was nearly a week before we found Joseph Black.
Igazán nagyon sajnálom, kérem, de el kellett menjek, és meg kellett próbáljam, hogy megtaláljam a feleségem.
He just says he wanted to find his wife, that's all. Just couldn't stand it any longer.
But doesn't he know he stands a better chance of finding her if he stays here? Otherwise, we might find her, and then we wouldn't be able to find him.
Nem érti, barátom, hogy jobb volna az alkalom a feleségét megtalálni, hogyha itten marad?
Igen, megértem. Csak hogy egy álmom volt. Azt álmodtam, hogy a feleségem meghalt, és a sírjába volt. Csak hogy az álmom az nagyon valóság volt.
He had a dream that his wife is dead. He saw the grave. Only it wasn't like a dream really, more like it was real. He wants to find the grave.
Look, explain to him that we want to use his story to try to find jobs and homes for other refugees. Other refugees who are coming here. Now, would he give up all that? Just for a dream? Go on, ask him.
Mi akarjuk az ön történetét használni, másokat is megsegíteni. Most ön tönkretenni ezt a tervet egy álom vége?
Megígérem, hogy nem megyek még egyszerre. Nagyon sajnálom.
It's all right, you won't do it again.
Good. Tell him I just talked to Mr. Davis. He's still got his job.
Most beszélt a Davis úrral, még a munkája megvan.
Köszönöm szépen. Nagyon szépen köszönöm. Thank you very much.
Oh, boy. The local high school sponsored our man, and it was slightly fantastic. The way those youngsters took over this project. Raised money, rented an apartment even. Hey, kids, we're here.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh. Ask him what he thinks.
Lelkem, hogy szereti, kérem?
Nagyon szép, nagyon szép. Mondja meg a nagyságosasszonynak, hogy ez nagyon sok. Nem tudom én ezt mind magam használni.
He says it's too much, far too much for one man. He doesn't need all of this.
Will you tell him I'm supposed to write a story for our school paper? And I'd like to know, what does he think of America?
Ez a fiatal ember kérdezi, kérem, hogy mit gondol Amerikáról.
Amerika egy kicsit olyan, mint mikor az ember nagy sötétségről világosságra kerül. Egy kicsit elvakítja a szemet.
He says it's like coming out of the darkness into the light. Only it is so bright a light, it's hard to see at first, hard to understand. It is so bright a light, it makes the eyes water.
Mary, okay, we're ready. Józsika.
Ó, Erzsike, hogy kerültél ide, drágám? Nem tudom.
Mi van a gyerekekkel, drágám? When you get a chance, tell him I hated to set it up that way, but I had to get that picture, okay?
Now, that's what I call a real clincher.
Isn't it, though?
How'd you ever find her?
Oh, I didn't. She found me.
What do you mean she found you?
Well, you know the Lazlo calendar people? They've been after me for a long time to give them a picture.
Uh-huh.
Well, I did, and for free. Only I made them promise that they'd hang one of these in the lobby of every refugee center in the free world. And I made them promise to put my name and address on the bottom of every single calendar. See, I figured if she was ever in any one of these centers and saw that picture, she'd call me.
Looks like you figured right.
Oh, I'm a smart one, huh?
You know, you ought to hang this.
Well, you know, I think I will. I'll put it right over here on the wall. Put that picture off, will you? Thanks, Bill. Maybe this will remind us that freedom doesn't come cheap nowadays. Too many of us are sitting on our hands while the other fellow reaches for the check. Well, wouldn't you say?
Uh-huh. Oh, and speaking of checks, I think you owe me $5.
Boss man, I nearly forgot. These are the last few lines of the Cardinal Vincenti letter of gratitude to President Eisenhower. May the Lord grant you and your nation greater strength and richer life. On the threshold of an ever greater future, I beg of you, do not forget this small, honest nation who is enduring torture and death in service of humanity. Well, good night. And we'll see you next week.